From a venue that's been sold out since it opened back in 2002, there's a look at the home of the Patriots, Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Elks of Orlando taking on the New England Patriots. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
Get it!
They'll start on the ground. Etienne. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. This defense for the Pats, terrific last week in the season opening victory.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Lawrence. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
Gonna let it fly for Rudolph. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. You look at this Patriots defense. And they're a tough unit to throw against. Currently 4th toughest in the NFL.
And, hey, they were stingy in the opener. Didn't allow much of anything at all through the air. So now they come into week 2 saying, hey, let's see if we can do even better. Let's go ahead and get to that #1 spot.
And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. Gonna let it fly for Rudolph. And this is gonna be intercepted. It's Marte Mapu. And the Pats are gonna get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive.
Well, they certainly weren't afraid to let it fly early, and they hope that'll keep the defense honest and keep the offensive guys excited about getting back out there. They are in attack mode in this game. It did backfire a little bit. Now you're just hoping your defense can keep them off the scoreboard so you're not facing a deficit the next time you run out there.
Japanese Lions!
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That is incomplete.
We'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
18 Rambler, 18 Rambler.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Jones on the return. Following the punt return here, there's someone shaken up. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Now Etienne to start the drive. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down, Etienne once more. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Lawrence. This one incomplete. Almost picked up by the rookie, but he couldn't quite look it in. And now it's 4th down. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Back deep for New England is Marcus Jones. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. On the return is Jones. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And the Patriots take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
79 Broncos.
He'll look to throw. He sets to fire deep. This is intercepted. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that will bring up 2nd down. You look at this Patriots defense. They played extremely well last week in that win over the Packers.
And all defensive teams that I know talk about creating turnovers. Takeaways, they call them. And anytime you can get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really, really good performance. They exceeded that number in a big way.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On 2nd down, a run with Etienne. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing almost pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well. You
praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues.
Now that was a designed run. Now remember, if a quarterback goes feet first, he's protected. But if he dives head first, he's not. On that play, he figured the risk was worth the reward.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down.
The defense thought they had that play covered, but it still got driven backward by those blockers. Those types of plays are a key part of any team's offensive game plan. It all starts up front in the trenches.
Ready.
Second down, here's a run with Bigsby. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
So into Pats territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. And Bigsby once more. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all or if they'll abandon it.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And the Patriots are going to take over here up near the 40.
Well, it doesn't take a whole lot of investigation to figure out why they're still sitting at 0 on the scoreboard, because their quarterback's got to wake up and start reading defense a heck of a lot better after throwing his 2nd interception.
Ready, set.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And, partner, I know so far, and we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard? I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something that maybe they haven't seen before. Coach is always talking about unscouted looks.
Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Then they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
Partner, have you ever heard the story of Icarus in mythology? That's the guy who flew too close to the sun and had his wings melted. That was our guy right there. Keeps pressing it and pressing it. Finally, on that throw, he paid the price with that turnover.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
Here's 2nd and 10. Etienne up the middle. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd. They go play action with Lawrence. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
That's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through the completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They're going on 4th down. Lawrence. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Let's go now.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A shotgun snap and again to Etienne. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Etienne. And he is not going to get in as the big body stop him at the 1. He tried to break that plane but couldn't get there, and that's going to leave him now at 3rd and goal. New England on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Well, they held him out on 2nd down, and now here's 3rd and goal. On play action, Lawrence. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Looking for Thornton, and he's got him. Touchdown, New England. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Pats post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Extra point attempt to follow here. And he gets it to make it 7-0 Patriots. The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away. Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And the pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. Keon White got in there for the sack.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page. And they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get the corner and turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
New England on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd down and 12. They go play action now. Lawrence gonna let it fly for Rudolph. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield. and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Here's Jones on the return. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Now a handoff as they run left side. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. Another first down, this time on a gain of 19. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. The Patriots at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they've gotten a pretty good deal from the schedule makers as well. Home dates in Weeks 1 and 2.
And I would believe that they would need to take advantage of that, partner, because as you can imagine, the road dates will pile up later this season. So this is a great opportunity for them to put some early distance on the rest of the division and create a little bit of a cushion for them for later in the year. Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Rolling to his right. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Mike Evans, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Patriots have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped it to 14. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Play action. It's Lawrence. Gonna let it fly for Rudolph. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way out to midfield. First down now, but the clock continues to move. And they'll go again with Etienne. Oh, what a move. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 61 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. First down now, but that clock rolling. Now Lawrence to throw. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. Well, looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackled him for a loss.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Early on, the running game's been working well. The offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit him over the top, unsuccessfully.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good, and this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
I'd say that it's fair to say nothing has gone right in this first half for them. Even here, you've got a chance to at least get on the board, but that goes by the wayside. And now, this coaching staff, they've got to figure out some way to wake this team up at halftime to get them going.
Hey, check that. Street.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Go, Reed, go.
Final play of the half. It's Lawrence. Gonna let it fly for Rudolph. And this is caught inside the 5. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Point after, right down the middle. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. A one-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. Marcus Jones going to elect to bring this one out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
2nd and 3. Trying to lay one up deep. He's got him in. Complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Tyquan Thornton His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Patriots come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Now for the point after. It's good, and it is now 21-7. The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away. No run back here for Jones. A touchback.
First down and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Lawrence. Gonna let it fly for Rudolph. And that's gonna be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now Lawrence. To the sideline and incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point of the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that. Charles' defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 51 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. This now a 3rd and 4. They'll look to throw here. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A nice throw right there. And, Charles, this is game number 2 in the NFL for this young rookie. His guys getting the victory last week, and he played pretty well by most accounts. Curious, what did you see?
I saw something similar to what you described, Brandon, because I saw a guy who looked the part, a guy who was in command, not just with the touchdown passes, but definitely looked to be in control of the offense as well. And you and I both know that's often uncommon for a rookie quarterback.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
10 more for him on that one. He's been a busy man. It's a first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him?
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Brought brought down by Trayvon Walker on the pass rush. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. They're going to look to throw. This complete to Lockett. Touchdown! Tyler Lockett, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Patriots take a 3-touchdown lead.
So whatever happened to rookie quarterbacks taking time to adjust to life in the NFL? Because this guy looks like he's been doing it for about, 7 years? 4 touchdown passes? That's not something rookies are supposed to be doing with the ease in which he's doing it.
Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Ready,
so here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, check that.
Now a handoff to Bigsby. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Ready.
Here's a give to Bigsby. Boy, that is a 7-yard loss. 2nd down now.
He's taken out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Ready.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. Oh, and that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
Looking deep downfield. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, if nothing else, they were able to pick up 1 first down on this drive and get it away from their own goal line. But not much happening after that, and it leads to a punting situation.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Cup 19! Cup 19!
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. So the holding call on the offense, so they go ahead and decline that one and take possession of the football on the INT.
Hey, smash, Bronco, go!
On 1st down, Lawrence. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
A 2nd and 10 now. 3rd quarter action from Foxborough. Running out of the gun with ETN. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. A good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Over the middle here to Rudolph. Touchdown! A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Elks take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. He has his 2 scores, but still a sizable deficit in this game.
Do you have him in fantasy football this week?
Unfortunately, no.
It's too bad, right? That would have been big points, but he is really trying to rally his team as best he can. Things are not going as well the rest of the way for them. That's why they're down with this deficit. He might need to score a couple more times to give them a chance.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting in a great spot, up 2 scores here in the 3rd quarter. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the 2nd half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he is going to lose yardage here. 3 quarters in the books. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
Looking to throw. Going up top. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. 68 yards. And the Patriots are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
14.
The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away. No run back here for Jones. A touchback.
Down and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Come on.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone, and that is incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Ready.
2nd and 10 now. It's Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. In search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Again, it's Lawrence. Forced out to his left. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards.
I would say just add that one to the total of big plays he's already made here in the first month of the year. You've got to think the front office and the coaching staff have got to be excited about what they've seen so far and really excited about what they expect to see down the road.
And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Straight ahead, Etienne. And he gets him a little bit closer, takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. They'll try and run the option. Going for it, here's Etienne. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Travis Etienne, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Elks have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. All right, so this one not quite over yet. Back to a 2-score game, CD.
Yeah, and you've still got 4+ minutes to go. So when you think about comebacks, it's happened before. Now, it hasn't happened often, but you've got to think to yourself, let's be the next great comeback story and play this one out.
2 scores down, 2 timeouts at their disposal. This is a critical onside kick. And this is secured by the Patriots. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. A great effort there. 39 yards. And the Patriots are on their way to a 2-0 start. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
42. Alex, 21.
The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away. Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Let's go.
And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. Etienne once more. Yeah, he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
19 tight. 19 tight. Ready, ready.
Lawrence on 3rd down. He's going to let it fly. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Christian Gonzalez. And the Pats will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 93 yards rushing for him now to this point. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. 1st down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on 1st down puts them back on their heels.
A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot 1st down.
Bronco switch. Bronco switch. Ready.
And now here's a carry heading left. He will push his way down to about the 14. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 14-yard line.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything
it.